This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, I welcome you all to today's session. This is day one Microsoft Sentinel training. That is, yeah. So a brief introduction about myself. I have a total of 7 years of experience into the cybersecurity domain. I worked with multiple MNCs and also delivered multiple corporate trainings and personal trainings, and also associated with 2-3 institutes where I delivered training on Azure, Splunk, and cybersecurity stuff. Yeah, that's all about me. With this, let's start the session. The agenda for today will be I'll be guiding you what all are the topics that we are going to cover, what this training is about. Then we are going to have an introduction on the Azure environment, important components that you should know before learning the Azure Sentinel. Then what is Azure Sentinel, why Sentinel, what is Log Analytics Workspace, and the prerequisites before starting Sentinel. All these things we are going to cover today. So this is all about the syllabus. This is first part of the syllabus. This is all about Sentinel. As you can see, it will be around 12 to 13 hours of course, 12 to 14 exactly. It depends on the IQ level of you guys, how early you guys are capturing. If you know things, you can capture early. The course can be finished earlier, but if it takes time, it can stretch to 12 to 14 hours as well. So in this course, we are going to see all about the Sentinel Azure Analytics. What is the difference between a traditional SIEM solution and this cloud native Azure Sentinel? What all are the different phases of Sentinel? Why Sentinel? Then we are going to understand the querying of the logs, how to query the logs, how to create a dashboard, how to create a report alert. And the main component here is the KQL. I hope you have heard about the it Kusto query language. There is a lot of demand in that. We are going to see some advanced queries as well, watch list, data collection and data onboarding, how we can onboard our data, what all are the different ways, how threats can be detected, what all about the correlation rules, what all correlation rules are there, how to investigate an incident. Then we are also going to see about the SOAR part, the security orchestration, automation and response, where we can respond to alert, not only detect, we can respond to alerts as well. We are going to create a small playbook as well. We are going to see about the logic app, how logic app is created, and we will automate some stuff. So that's all about this training. Any doubts, guys? Are we good? I hope I'm audible also. Guys, can you confirm, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Dilepan. Welcome to the session. Joined at the right time. Yeah. So, Dilepan, the level of experience you have on Azure, can you just explain me so that I understand all of you?
Hi, sorry, I was on mute. No, I don't have much experience on Azure,
Great.
but I've done a few projects on, related to, virtual box migrations, right? Things
Okay.
like that on Azure, AD migration, things like that.
Okay, got it,
Yeah.
got it. So, thanks a lot. So before starting off, just brushing up with your basics, there are three key important things as your subscription, resource group, and resources. This is required just before starting Sentinel, so we all are at the same page. Before that, just for Surendra, there is one thing. Okay, I'll just explain in a bit. So first thing is you have to register a free account on the Azure. It is free for around 1 month. There are 15,000 credits, 15,000 or 12,000 credits. They will give it to you for 1 month. You can run most of the premium services like Azure Sentinel and other stuff. There are multiple premium services. Post to that, your account will be converted into a free account with very less privileges. Only few applications or few resources will be working there. So the beginning 1 month is very important. So do all your stuff, all your R&D in that. Once it's expire, obviously you should have some other credit card. So actually the account gets registered with a credit card. You should have another credit card, register your account, and you can play with these things for another 1 month. Sentinel is also, if you are running a free account, it is free for 1 month. Post to that, it will be charged. So yeah, before starting off, once you register your account on the Microsoft Azure, there are three important things: resources, resource group, and Azure subscription. So let's talk about Azure subscription first. The container where you create resources, billing is per subscription. Suppose I am an organization. I'm just taking an example, HCL. I have on. I'm changing my infra. I'm going to cloud. I have multiple teams like DevOps team, cybersecurity team, then endpoint team. So they will be creating their specific resources. They need their resources for their daily task. Okay, they need VMs and all those stuff. On Azure, we can create a subscription for them. For example, I created a root account on the Azure. There I can create a subscription and give it to the endpoint team. I'll create a subscription for the cybersecurity team. I'll create a subscription for the DevOps team. Whatever resources they are creating, whatever services they are consuming, I'll get a bill per subscription. For example, endpoint team will get a bill there. I can have a look there, or I can pay it whatever I want, but the billing can be done based on the subscription. Second thing is resource group. So resource group, I think I have a diagram also. Just let me move to the next page here. So here you can see at the top we have a management group. Then there are subscription. There can be multiple subscription. You can divide based on the teams you have, or it depends on the requirement, a production environment or a dev environment, or based on teams, as I said. So for example, there is one team called cybersecurity team. Inside that we can create resource group. So what is a resource group? Resource group is a logical container where you can store resources. For example, I create a resource group called resource group A. I can launch multiple VM machines, databases. I can run Sentinel there, a number of things. All these things are resources. Sentinel is also a resource. So this is what it is at a high level. Resource group, it's a logical container where you are holding this thing. Subscription is where you are getting the billing part. The billing will be based on subscription. Then at a high level, there are management groups. So what is a management group in a high level, or in simple language, if I say, um, in simple language, if I give you an example here, for example, this is another team called endpoint team. There is a disgruntled employee. Okay. There is a disgruntled employee in the organization. He's not happy with the management and all, and he's thinking of taking a revenge. So he has an admin account here. What he does, he launch costly services in the environment, in that, under that subscription, costly VMs and all, so that company has to pay it. uh, I'm just creating a very simple example. There can be different use cases. To avoid that kind of situation at a high level, what I can do at the management group layer, I can set policy that, boss, in this subscription, this is the limit. This is the VMs that they can launch. A basic free tier VM they can launch of 2 GB maximum, not more than that. I'm just creating an example. So multiple different kind of policies you can set at the management group layer. Apart from this, these are the policies that I want to control. Apart from this, if I want HIPAA compliance, and there are a lot of things that you want to set, you can set it at the management group layer. Okay, Suren, it is clear. Any points you want to add here that will be
Uh,
helpful for all?
no, so for an example, if I want to go and create some logic apps, what kind of level I need? Like a role-based access control. Is it like a
We'll
reader, operator?
we'll talk about it, because different services need different role. A reader will not work, obviously, because you are creating something. I will have to have a look there. I'll let you know. So
Okay,
yeah, just hold on. When we are go to the logic apps part, I'll explain you everything there. So
thank
just to
you.
give a brief overview here, yeah, so this is the Microsoft Azure, and I think I have a link also pasted somewhere. uh, so if you want to register a free account, Suren, register a free account for Azure. You just have to have a credit card handy with you, with a Visa or MasterCard. So here is create your free account. You can create your free account by going in here, start free. Okay, so register yourself with a email account, email ID, set the password there. You get USD 200 credits there. So you should have a credit card, either Visa or MasterCard, then only you will be able to register. If you face any difficulty, just let me know. I'll help you out later. Once you log in, this is the screen that you guys are going to see. So if I want to see the management group, the top layer, here is the management group basically. It's a bit slow. So this is the management group. If you want to start using it, you can create a management group here and you can set the policies and everything around. Second thing is the subscription. Subscription is where you are getting billed. So currently I'm logged into the Suren account. So here it's a pay as you go. If you register a free account, so it will be a free account. Its name will be free account or whatever you set. It will be there and it will be free for 1 month generally, the premium services. Then we have the resource group. We are going to shortly create some stuff. I'm just giving you an overview. This is the resource group. This is a logical container basically where you can hold on things inside that. You can create different kind of resources. Just one advantage or one good thing about the resource group is, if you how I found it useful is, if I'm doing any kind of testing or stuff, I create a resource group there. I create a number of resources, VMs and all. I'm doing testing, doing some threat hunting, penetration testing, or whatever it is. Once I'm done with the testing, I can just easily come to this resource group, and instead of deleting one by one those services, I can delete it from here. The complete resource group will be deleted. I don't have nothing left, nothing. I'll not be get built there. So that is one of a great advantage of resource group I found in my case. So yeah, and apart from this, there are a number of services, virtual machine, all this stuff, virtual machine, Defender, Azure Directory, all these are resources that you can create. Yep, so this is the basic. I hope it is clear to you. Any doubt, just let me know. You can pause me and just ask question. Otherwise, we can go ahead. That is all about the basics. Now coming to the Sentinel. Microsoft, previously it was Azure Sentinel. Now it is, I think, Microsoft Sentinel. So use the proper name. It is Microsoft Sentinel now. So Microsoft Sentinel is a scalable cloud native SIEM solution. SIEM plus SOAR solution. There are two things, okay, coupled together: SIEM solution as well as SOAR solution. I hope you already have an idea about SIEM. So in SIEM, we are in a layman language, there are a number of devices in my organization. I find out critical devices. Okay, these are the critical devices, for example, firewall, IPS, and other stuff. I forward its log into the SIEM, and on SIEM there are multiple different alerts created, failed login, connection from suspicious IP, everything, use cases, rules are created there based on the logs from those devices that I onboarded. Yeah, and from there we do the detection part. We collect the data, we detect it, okay, and investigate it also. In Sentinel, we have the SOAR part also, where we can respond to the threats as well. So if I want to give you an easy example, again starting from scratch here, in Sentinel, through Sentinel, I'm collecting data from multiple devices. This first part is your security data across your enterprise. Then I'm detecting it. I have use cases, alerts created there for detecting failed login attempts in a number of different use cases. I'm detecting it. My analyst sitting there, either they themselves analyze the threats, or it can be analyzed by the Sentinel also through the artificial intelligence. And the last part, fourth part, is the SOAR part, where we can respond to threats as well. For example, if I take an example, there are multiple failed login attempts happening from a particular username. Okay, my Sentinel is able to detect it. The analysts that are sitting there, they are able to investigate it, see the logs into the Sentinel. And if we talk about the respond part, in a traditional SIEM solution, what happens is we create a ticket, we assign it to the Active Directory team, that please look into this account, any happening, or you just block the user or change his password. A number of options the Active Directory team can do. In my case, the Active Directory is integrated with Sentinel. There is an option, if you want to integrate it, you can integrate it. Otherwise, if it is integrated with Sentinel, and if I want to respond it directly from my Sentinel itself, I can do that as well. I don't have to reach out to the Active Directory team or other stuff. I have playbooks created here in my Sentinel. Automatic response will be there. For example, a number of brute force login happening. Check with user. If user denies it, automatically block the username on the Active Directory or reset his password. These all response, I can automate that as well. I hope it is clear, guys. It will be more clear when we do the practical. I'm just telling you at a high level the possibilities that we can do with Sentinel. Clear, guys, still now?
Hello. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
please.
Hi, Shahrukh
Hello.
Khan. This is
Hi
Actually,
Shyam, how are you? Yeah.
I'm okay. Actually, what I was about to ask is, you have any course for SOAR as well on Sentinel?
There is not a specific course, but we are going to do some small automation, not much. I'll show you how it works.
Okay. What I'm asking is, can we expect in future on SOAR, Sentinel SOAR from you?
Um, Future we'll see. I'm not sure.
Okay,
We'll
got
see.
it. Okay, got it.
Um,
Thank.
So Suren, Mr. Suren, you are familiar with Azure, this permissions and all, the
Uh,
permissions that needs to be.
yes.
If you are familiar, then we can do much. Actually, in my previous classes, I tried to showcase them different 4 or 5 scenarios on SOAR, but due to this permission issue, I was not able to figure it out. I wasted around 2 months there, and nobody is that much experienced, so not able to showcase much. But yeah, in case Suren you support, I can show more on the SOAR part also. If you are familiar with the permission part, or if you have any expert guy who can help us out on the permission part, then I can show you much more on the SOAR capability
Okay.
also.
I'll find out. So I don't have much knowledge, or I have
No,
no idea.
just I can set everything up. It's just the permission somewhere I'm
Yes.
missing. That's we'll
Okay.
see. SOAR
I
part is at the
can
end of.
join one guy who is experienced and
Oh,
working in this. Yes, I will.
okay, then it will be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, now, okay, you understood what is Sentinel, the prerequisite. Now the question comes, why Sentinel? Why someone goes to Sentinel? Okay, guys, Sentinel is different from the traditional SIMs. I hope you have heard about Oxide, Curadar, Splunk. Okay, they are the traditional SIMs where you need to have a server on your location or your premise, then get the software from the vendor and then install it. You have to manage the servers, manage the Splunk application, Oxide application, also the content part, the operations team. There are multiple teams will be working. The core thing here is you have to design the architecture, you have to manage the architecture, you have to manage the platform also. So there are multiple things that you have to manage in a traditional SIM. But when we talk about Sentinel, in just a click, in just 2 3 minutes or 4 minutes maximum, you will get your SIM solution. You don't have to manage anything there. The underlying hardware is being managed by the Microsoft. You just have to launch the Sentinel. Once it is launched, you just have to onboard your data or flow your data into the Sentinel and just create use cases, create dashboards and other stuff. The key thing here, key component, key thing, key point that I want to make here is you don't have to manage the underlying operating system, the hardware, all those stuff. Everything is being taken care by Sentinel. If I say in simple language, Microsoft Sentinel is saying, boss, you come to the portal, you launch a Sentinel, just bring your data in and and enjoy the SIM and the SOAR capability. That's what it is in simple language. In traditional SIMs, we have to manage the application, we have to install it, we have to take care of the patch, upgrade, and number of things are there. In Sentinel, nothing like that. Okay, that and the cost is also less in comparison to the other SIMs. Second thing is estimating for on-premise SIM sizing. So if you have an on-premise solution, again you have to estimate the sizing also. That okay, if I'm receiving 100 GB of data or 200 GB of data, I might need 10 GB of hard disk. I'm just creating an
I'm just
example.
creating an
I might
example.
need,
I might need.
hello,
Hello.
please mute yourself. My voice is
EP, we
Sham.
have to calculate EPS also, right?
Yes, right.
Along with stage, storage, and resources.
Yeah, right. So a number of things are there, guys. The main thing here is the hard disk, the hardware part, the you have to calculate all those stuff. In Sentinel, nothing like that. Launch the Sentinel, onboard your data. That's all. Second thing is traditional SIMs are not scalable. There are less flexibility to changes. In my Sentinel, you can onboard as much data as you want. There is no limit. Okay. Uh, Fourth thing, tough to monitor cloud data, especially hybrid structure. It sometimes is difficult for the tradition. Not that much difficult. It's just a point there. With my working experience, it's not that much difficult. But yes, if you have a traditional SIM solution on your on-premise, for example, I'm sitting in Gurgaon, I have a data center, my Splunk machines are installed there. I have to onboard data from cloud. I have to set up a connection, correct? A VPN connection or a secure connection from the cloud towards my Splunk in Gurgaon Okay, but in case of Microsoft Cloud, this Microsoft Sentinel, if your other cloud services are in Microsoft itself, you don't have to worry much. Everything is taken care again. Okay. Storage becomes too heavy on the pocket again. Storage is there, storage of your traditional SIM solution, you have to pay for storage also. It might become heavy on your cost because hard disk needs to be attached, they needs to be maintained. Again, in Sentinel, nothing like that, everything is being taken care by them. Slow and less efficient data monitoring, long query response time. So these all are some of the, again, drawbacks that you face sometime in the traditional SIMs, not always, but yeah, sometime. Threat hunting is manual. Again, in traditional SIM, there should be a threat expert guy who should know how to perform threat hunting. But on Sentinel, it is not like that. Everything is automated here. I'll showcase you the console when we are there. Threat hunting is automated in Sentinel. There are pre-saved queries created there to detect a threat. You just have to come there and just run it. If threat is there, it will be detected. Data ingestion is complex. Yes, in traditional SIM, data ingestion might be sometime complex, but in Sentinel, again, no issues in data ingestion as well. So these all are the key pointers where Sentinel is having a very good edge over traditional SIMs. Uh, it is standing out from other SIM. It is also having the artificial intelligence in itself. It has the automation capability integrated, everything integrated already. In case of traditional SIM, if you want automation, yes, it is there, but you have to buy a separate application. For example, I hope you guys have heard about Cortex SOAR. If you haven't heard about it, just Google it. You will get to know about it. There is Cortex
Cortex.
SOAR.
Cortex is of from like which vendor it is?
It's Palo Alto.
Palo Alto. Okay. I heard about Simplify.
There are a lot, but Cortex SOAR and this Splunk Phantom, these are the two major players. Right now, every other organization is creating their SOAR. But it depends on the maturity of the tool. Cortex is there in the environment for more than around 3 years now, 3 to 4 years. They are more mature, more automations you will find there. In Sentinel, the SOAR part is integrated, so you don't have to worry about it. I'll showcase you everything. I know your horses are racing in your mind that how it is happening and all the stuff. Please be patient. Throughout the course, we'll go step by step. We'll not skip things. We'll go step by step, and by the end of the course, you will know everything. Any doubts on this slide, guys? I hope we are clear.
Clear.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Global prerequisite. So if you are going for the Sentinel, you should have a Azure subscription. You should have a log analytics workspace, and there are certain permission to enable Azure Sentinel. You need contributor permission to the subscription, and either contributor or reader permission on the resource group that workspace belongs to. So just the thing is, the key thing is Azure subscription and log analytics workspace. The permissions we can see it later. The important thing is the log analytics workspace. Let's talk about it. This is important. What is log analytics workspace and why log analytics workspace? So Suren, I think you have already worked on it. Any idea around it?
Not really. There are some log analytical already built in. I haven't touched it, but I just went to overview them.
Okay.
I know a little bit of idea how it's a log analytic works, but not much exposed.
Okay. So where is my pen? One second. So log analytics, guys, throughout this course, I'll be using layman language only. I'll not go into the technical wordings and all technical jargons and all. So talk about the log analytics workspace. Where is my mouse? One second. Yeah. So talking about the log analytics workspace. So assume this. So for example, this is my cloud. Okay, this is my Microsoft cloud. Inside the cloud, just assume this log analytics workspace as a storage. This is the log analytics workspace. You can think it of as a storage that you have in the Microsoft Azure. Now, how this log analytics is getting used, or what is happening here? Suppose you have VMs here, virtual machines here, you have this Azure Active Directory here, okay, VM here, Azure Active Directory, other different resources. Then you have your on-premise environment as well. For example, this is my, I'm just creating an example, HCL. An on-premise environment is there, multiple resources are there. What I'm doing in simple terms is I am just, yeah. So what I'm doing here is in simple term, I'm just telling them, boss, forward your data to this log analytics workspace. This is where the storage is. Your data will be stored into the log analytics workspace. On premise also, I'll set up a secure tunnel first of all. It can be a site-to-site VPN, or there are a number of steps, correct, if you go into the details. So I'm telling these devices, boss, send your data to this log analytics workspace. Okay. Now, it is in cloud. You don't have to worry about the storage. Okay, I need 10 GB, 20 GB, 100 GB. You can get how much storage you want. The key thing is you should have money to pay it. That's all. So this is log analytics workspace. This is where all the data storage is happening. Now let's talk about Sentinel. How Sentinel is working and where Sentinel is coming into the picture. So guys, it took me around 25 days to understand the concept. It was hard, it was a struggle, but in simple term, if I say you, there is a, when you launch a Sentinel instance, it will be sitting on a log analytics workspace. Okay, storage and everything is happening here. What this Sentinel, you launch a Sentinel here, Microsoft Sentinel, what this rules and everything is created here. What this Sentinel is doing, Sentinel is just reading this data. It is reading it, it is correlating it, it is generating alerts and dashboards, populating dashboards and everything. Sentinel is just sitting there, just ingesting the data. That's how this thing is working. I hope it is making sense to you guys. Log analytics is the main component. This is where all the storage is happening. All the data is getting stored there. Microsoft Sentinel is just sitting there, reading your data. Everything is created there in Sentinel. The rules, the alerts and everything was there. It will correlate the data and it will generate alerts and it will create dashboards for you, reports, everything for you. That's how it is.
Sure. Yeah, sure. One question, right? How it is different from Azure Monitor? There is concept, right?
Yes. Azure Monitor. Actually, there is a lot of service I have to just allow me in the next class. I'll tell you.
Okay,
A lot of
fine.
services are there. Actually, I'm working in a lot of different domains. So yeah, I'll let you know. Azure Monitor is at a high level. What I remember is it's generally for monitoring the health of the devices, health related stuff is there. In Sentinel is more about the security part. The critical devices only you onboard to Sentinel, not all devices. Suren, you have any idea around Azure Monitor? I don't remember exactly as of now.
No, I'm good. Go ahead, please. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah. No
Shahrukh?
issues. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Guys, any doubt? Any other doubt? Are we clear till now? The concept is clear how this thing is working. It is crucial.
Yes, for me, okay.
Okay, then now let's go to the portal. I think anything left or not?
Shahrukh, one question, right? So first we are loading the data into the workspace. I mean, log analytic workspace from the
Yes.
endpoints.
Yes.
Then we are
First
going to
data
read.
should be there, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it is going to get read by the Microsoft Sentinel.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see in the
Only question I have, in order to collect the work on the log analytic, do we have to create logic gaps, or how does it work?
No logic apps. Logic apps, see, understand the concept. Logic app is there only for the automation part. If you want to do any kind of automation, then only logic app is required. There is no usage apart from that.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Now let's go to the Microsoft Sentinel and let's create our log analytics workspace and also launch a Sentinel. So first thing is, what you have to do first thing is, let me go to the home page so that we are clear. First thing is you create a resource group so that you can group your resources there. Create resource group so you can name it anything. So this is where all your services will get stored. And once you are done with the practical or whatever you're testing or your thing, you can delete it. So resource group name, I'll name it at Sentinel underscore testing. There are different regions where you can store your resource group. I'll keep it in East US only, and then review and create it. Sentinel, Microsoft is itself a bit slow sometime. It takes around 2-3 minutes sometime to launch something. Here is Sentinel testing, this resource group that I created. Inside that, I'm going to create different resources. Okay, so right now it is blank. So let's close this. The task that we have is to create a log analytics workspace. Here is the log analytics workspace. You click on this one. Now here is the option of creating a new log analytics workspace. Create this one. Resource group, I want to save it in Sentinel underscore testing. What is the name of the log analytics workspace? You can name it same thing, Sentinel testing. Testing. What can contain only letters? Okay. Sentinel testing.
Resource group is the same, the one which you just created, right?
Yes, you can save it there. I'm saving it in this container only. Okay. And location, you can select whatever you want and then review and create. So it is first Microsoft validates the thing whether you have put everything correct or not, and then it is going to give you the option to create. Create it. Okay. So meanwhile it is getting created. It will take some time. It seems Soren, your account is very fast. It seems to me. You are getting premium services.
Yeah. Why it's being slow?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's very slow on free account. Okay, see, deployment is in progress. If you are confused that your resource is not appearing, you can just come here and just check the progress here. So it is in progress. Next thing is I'm going to quickly move to the Sentinel part here. Microsoft Sentinel. See, I did the first part. I created the log analytics workspace here. It is getting created. It will appear in some time. Second thing is I have to create a Sentinel instance. Correct? You click on Sentinel. In your account, you can have multiple log analytics workspace and multiple Sentinels also running. Okay, so it depends how you are willing to pay or how you are managing it. You can have multiple Sentinel instances.
Or we can add multiple log analytical workspaces to one Sentinel.
Yes, that also you can do. Now, add Microsoft Sentinel to a workspace. So it will take some time to appear there. Mine is not appearing Sentinel testing. So what I'll do, I'll quickly create itself here again, Sentinel testing 2, so that it appear here. Sentinel testing.
I just created it. To me, it's showing up.
You're showing up, just select that then.
Okay. And click add.
Yeah.
Okay.
Review and create. So for me, it is not appearing. That's why I'm creating a, so Microsoft Sentinel is asking you create a workspace because it is not appearing to him, to Sentinel. So I'm creating a new one. In your case, if it is appearing to you, you can just directly select that. So again, I have to wait for few seconds to appear it here. Something failed or quickly show me here. I see it's appearing now. I'm selecting the previous one only. See, I'm selecting this workspace. I'm clicking on add. So this is just, see, it's very simple. You created workspace in a second. Now you're adding that workspace to your Sentinel in a second. Hardly a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, your Sentinel will be ready. So it's in progress currently. Adding Microsoft Sentinel.
So which devices we can add to collect data? Like,
all the devices, almost everything.
you mean can we add a physical PC? Oh,
Yes, that also can be added.
okay.
We are going to see it.
Can we add a router, Cisco routers?
Yes, you can add that also.
Mhm.
Anything you can add. It should be a supported. I'll just one second. Here it is. Sure. ठीक है. Yeah, I'll explain you what are the different methods through which you can onboard. If it is falling under that method, whatever device it is, if it can push through that method, you can onboard it.
Okay.
Okay. Now you see, this is your Microsoft Sentinel ready. This is your console. Threat management, the incidents that we are going to trigger, or we are going to generate some test incidents. Everything is you are going to see here. Okay. We'll talk about it. I'll give you a brief walkthrough here. Just right now, I was just trying to explain you how to create a log analytics workspace and how to create your Microsoft Sentinel. Let me parallelly open the log analytics workspace also here. One second, so that you guys are clear. Because in the beginning, I faced a lot of issue to understand this stuff. It was really hard. So Sentinel is where the security will come into picture, and log analytics is where just the storage is. So I'm opening the other window. I just open the log analytics workspace here. I can see my Sentinel testing. This is the one on top of which I ran the Sentinel. This is my log analytics. You can see here by the name, log analytics workspace is written here, and in the other one, it's Sentinel testing. Selected workspace. So this is where the Sentinel is running. Sentinel testing. The logs that are getting stored, you can, if you want to query, you can query here in the logs tab. We will be learning the KQL part here, and we'll be seeing how to query the data. Parallelly, same thing you can do here in the Sentinel as well. It's linked, correct? Both the things are linked together. So you can either run it from here or from there. So Sentinel is just reading this stuff from the log analytics workspace, ingesting it, reading it, and there are correlation rules and other things created. It is triggering on top of that. Okay. Yep. What else? What else? Just one second. Discord. So that's all about this first slide. Are we clear till now, guys? Any doubts till now?
No, good.
Everyone is clear, correct?
About Delhi?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, great. What else? What is remaining here? Just one second. Check. There is. Yeah, actually, yeah, there is one more thing. I was talking about the management group also. Just let me cover a short topic on that. If you guys are interested, management group here. So here is the main management group is present here, and here is my subscription. And oh, staying time. Well, no issues. This management group is taking some more time. Let's. Okay, it is. So what I was explaining you is where it is. Here, see, if you are working at a, you can say, if you wanted to apply the HIPAA policy and different kind of policies, you can assign it as an initiative here. For example, if I click on this one, assign initiative. It is just out of syllabus, just explaining for your understanding. all the framework, NIST framework, HIPAA framework, you are going to find it out here. If you wanted to apply it, I'm not able to find HIPAA. If you wanted to apply it to your AWS, to your Azure account, you can apply it from here directly. Okay, HIPAA
Right.
policy and other policies, all the stuff. And if you want to restrict this pay-as-you-go account to run some specific, to create some specific resources only, limits and all, again you can create a new policy here. Again, you go to the policy, you can click on assign policy, and here you can set the exclusion and inclusion. Where it is here. So audit virtual machines without all the stuff is mentioned here. A number of policies are there. You can select and create your own. Okay. Let me move to the day to content. Day one is small, not that much, but this is where the stuff starts. Okay. Okay, we understood the basics. What is log analytics workspace? How the Sentinel is working? Okay, basic stuff we understood. Now the crucial thing that we are going to see tomorrow, I'll be covering some parts today. The crucial thing that you are going to see, that we'll be going to see, is the pricing part. That is really very important for any organization. You are running a SIEM, you should make it optimized. You should run it at a very low cost. That is where we are going to discuss about the pricing on this SIEM. There is a lot. So yeah. So before that, let me just showcase you one more thing on the Sentinel. So if I go back to the Sentinel, if you want to see the pricing related stuff on the Sentinel as well as on log analytics, you go to the bottom here at the settings tab here, Microsoft Sentinel bottom setting. This is where all the pricing and everything is mentioned, Microsoft Sentinel pricing. So Microsoft Sentinel as well as log analytics workspace is based on the volume of data you ingest. If you are ingesting 20 GB of data, you will be charged for the 20 GB of data. If you are ingesting 30 GB of data, you will be charged accordingly. And again, I told you there is no limit to the ingestion. You can ingest as much as you want, TBs of data or PBs of data, petabytes of data you want to ingest, you can ingest it. It's just that you should have appropriate amount to pay post to that. This is all about the Sentinel pricing, okay, here. And if I go back to the log analytics workspace here, Sentinel testing. At the bottom here, not at the bottom, this one will be in the usage and estimated cost, the log analytics workspace, usage and estimated cost. This is where you are going to see the pricing and all the data you ingested, how much data you ingested, and price, everything will be there. So yeah, you have not ingested anything, that's why it is showing blank. So all these things are present here. Workspace, you will be separately charged for ingestion. Sentinel, you will be separately charged for ingestion. So keep that thing in mind. There are two separate costs. Okay. Yeah, guys, I think that's all from me today. Actually, so it's the Rosa time almost. Have to make the iftiari and all. Okay. With this note, actually, I'm closing the session, guys. Sorry for closing 10 minutes early. 10 or 15. Yeah.
Nothing to be sorry. It's okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we
So,
have the class at the same time.
yeah, tomorrow same time.
Okay.
Sunday same time. Okay. Tomorrow same time. On Monday, I'll let you know. Because actually it's a working day also. Monday I'll let you know when, at what time. It will be range this time only, either 5 p.m. or 2 hours after that. Okay.
No,
I'll let
2
you know in
hours
advance.
after we will be not going to be free. Myself and Tilly, our working day. We can
Okay.
join from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. your time.
Okay. Well, 5 to 6 same time be okay.
5 to 6 it's hard because 7:30 to 8:30 my work starts at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Right, Tilly?
ठीक
You
है.
also.
To me, I can manage, but
Okay, then if everybody wants to join at the same time, no problem. I will join while I'm working.
4:30
Okay.
is fine for me.
Okay then. 4:30.
5.
Okay.
4:30 is better, but if you want 5, no choice. I can manage.
Okay then. Great. Okay, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye
bye.
bye.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.